This man's seen it all, bro. I'm sure y'all. I made a TikTok on it, like war photos before and after. Reapers, what is good? It's your boy Laser. You guys are watching another scary action video. He's on the scary content, so I continue to laugh. We're gonna 5 scary and harrowing videos recorded during World War II. Guys, war is absolutely terrifying, and just war in general. Like, yeah, like it's so eerie and dark. If you enjoy scary content, you want scary videos like this in the future, so hit the little button. You subscribe and turn the notification bell icon. I'll stream every night on Twitch, and go check out my music stuff on all platforms. Let's dive straight into this video.
All wars exact tremendous consequences on all the parties involved, but some wars are easily more terrible than others.
I know war is dark and all, but it's like, I think the one beautiful thing about it was just like the art that was created during this time, like the fucking paintings. I swear, like, I feel like people are more creative when that chaos is just happening, you know what I'm saying? I mean, shit, I'm actually really good, like, when it comes to creativity. Like, my ideas are like more intense when I'm like under attack or like going through shit, you know what I'm saying?
World War II is easily the deadliest conflict in history, surpassing the First World War and even the famously violent Mongol conquests. However, unlike the Mongol conquests, it is possible to see the devastation that the Second World War inflicted on soldiers and civilians through film footage. In this video, we'll take a look at some of the most devastating footage captured during World War II. Now, we will warn you, all of this footage is upsetting, so please consider that before going any further.
Oh shit. Number 5.
The 1944 kamikaze attacks. A samurai who faced defeat or failure in his duties would react to the dishonor by committing suicide. This idea of facing death rather than failure was a profound ideal written into
the idea of, like, I don't know, suicide bombers? No, fuck that.
Japanese consciousness. This notion would be lived up to during World War II, when kamikaze attacks would devastate Allied vessels. These attacks were carried out by Japanese military pilots who were willing to die for their country. Some of the pilots were highly experienced, others were rookies. Yet all of them were prepared to die through suicide attacks, and thousands of kamikaze fighters were killed during suicide missions. The amount of damage they inflicted on their targets was immeasurable. One notable kamikaze pilot was Kiyoshi Ogawa, a young man who had become a soldier during his college years, and who trained to be a pilot. He became a part of a kamikaze attack force when he was barely in his 20s, and when he was 22, he penned a letter to his parents, telling them, "I will make my attack with a calm feeling. Not even thoughts of life and death will come to mind. A person dies once. It will be an honorable day to live for the eternal cause." He went on to make a deadly attack on Bunker Hill, killing hundreds, and there were many more like Ogawa who were either pressured into the attack force or who volunteered. There is footage of these devastating kamikaze attacks. Take a look.
Dude, war? Oh no. This is just so... This is dark, bro. That's war for you. I think the black and white static just makes this like 10 times more intense. Damn. I just witnessed someone get blown up. Oh no. Not really, Sherlock. If you're new to my channel, I point out the obvious a lot. I don't know. So, like, these are, like, kind of like suicide bombers, right? Like, these are people that, like, yeah. I could never do that. I mean, I wasn't planning to, but I'm just saying, like, the fuck? Like, how do you do this? Like, no. How do you take away your own life to destroy something else that, the fuck?
1945
so
airstrikes on German lands. Air warfare played a significant role in World War II. Both Germany and Japan made use of it, as did American pilots. The role of military air warfare was strongly emphasized and embraced by the American military. For example, Robert Lovett, an Assistant Secretary of War for Air, stated to President Roosevelt, "While I don't go so far as to claim that air power alone will win the war,
missed opportunity
I
to,
do
like,
claim the war will not be won without it." American pilots flew out of Germany during the year 1945 and proceeded to crush factories, houses, trains, and other vehicles. Some of these soldiers were able to film their strikes on German land, In the following footage, you can see the pilot taking care to gun down certain aspects of German life that could have been critical to war efforts. The pilot sports a group of horses pulling a wagon down a street, and he fires on the horses. You can also see the pilot targeting boats that are on German waters, and a building that goes up in a violent explosion. Take a look.
Airstrikes on German lands. As a Jew, as the boy in the striped pajamas, this makes me very terrified. So I can literally like see the bullets just being like shot. Damn. It's crazy. Like I remember like, cause I know people like some people that served in like the some people in war. Believe it or not, my grandpa he actually was in the fucking what's it called? My grandpa was in my grandfather. Yeah, my grandpa. He was in the. What was it called? Not the Vietnam War. Was it the Vietnam War? No. He fought in like Israeli wars because like I'm like it from an Israeli family in a way. We're Jewish. You know what's crazy, bro? I'm Jewish, but I can't even speak fucking Hebrew. I only know these words: Brukatad and I. But my grandpa, he was in the Israeli war, and basically how they would fight was like they wouldn't even be able to see each other. People would just be shooting bullets, and it'd be like just fight and pray, basically. Like nobody, like you couldn't see shit in the distance. You just would shoot, and like you would die, or like your shot would either hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Those real life hit markers, bro. Crazy. Nah, but like, that's how it was for like other wars. I think it was like that for World War II. It wasn't always where you could just see the people. I know like there would be times where they would just shoot in the far distance. You know, smoke everywhere, bro. Like tanks and all that shit. Just complete chaos. That's a war for you. The only time where the monsters look just like you. I remember seeing that quote about war. Like the enemies you're fighting. Oh fuck. Terrifying.
D-Day footage.
D-Day!
On June the 6th, 1944, the beginning of the end of the war took place in Normandy beaches. American, British and Canadian forces landed on 5 beaches to fight the Germans. General Eisenhower conducted an extensive deception operation to trick the German military into thinking that Pas-de-Calais was the desired target. Just hours before D-Day, the general told his troops, "You are about to embark upon the greatest crusade, towards which we have striven these many months. The eyes of the world are upon you." Within the next few days, thousands of Allied troops would be killed, and hundreds more would go missing. Several other soldiers would be seriously wounded in the fights. But on June the 11th, the beaches were secured. By the time August came around, Paris had been liberated, and the German military had been driven out of the French northwest. The invasion was crucial to the fall of Germany. 9 months later, Allied forces would accept Germany's complete surrender.
I think
there is footage of the...
I think the face paint about war, that was like probably the coolest thing. I think face paint, I mean, I know people still like use face paint for other things, but I'm saying like for war, I think the idea of face paint, like definitely if I was in war, bro, I would definitely put like, would I want my face paint to be white? No, I would want it to be black 100%. Actually, nah, I was going to say, I wouldn't want it in color. I want black or white. I wouldn't want it in like red or green. I don't know. It wouldn't look good on me. Maybe if I was in like some like suit, I don't fucking know. Maybe I would have to do my whole face, but like no. I just want like 2 stripes on each cheek, bro, and make them black. That would be cool as shit.
The D-Day fighting. To know that many of the men depicted in this footage
put a helmet on me, bro. I'll be the best pilot.
Or mutilated by war's haunting. There is also a part in the footage that shows how military matters and civilian life could abruptly brush up against each other. While soldiers are driving by, you can see a woman walking a dog on the street. Take a look.
Number 2.
The Dachau concentration camp. This footage is difficult to see, so be forewarned. Dachau concentration camp was the first of the concentration camps opened by Nazi Germany. It was intended for political prisoners, but was later expanded for forced labour, for foreigners and criminals. The amount of brutality that took place in this camp is hard to quantify. There were over 30,000 documented deaths in Dachau, and thousands more undocumented.
Wait, stupid question, but was this like a concentration camp?
Thousands more fell ill and were barely hanging on to life at the time of liberation. It's interesting to note that this same place was used for SS soldiers awaiting trials for war crimes.
Oh, like soldiers.
Dachau was the first of the labour camps established in
You
Germany.
can see the war, dude. You can just see the war in their faces. See that shit? Look at his fucking face. This man's seen it all, bro. I'm sure y'all. I made a TikTok on it, like war photos before and after. This guy's seen it all. This man went through every stage of getting shat on by his wife during war. His wife would shit on his face. That's why he looks traumatized. It wasn't because of the other things going on. Totally wasn't because of the bullets being sprayed everywhere. Or the chaos fighting, like the chaotic fighting, right?
Germany, and served as a model for other concentration camps. There is footage of the survivors being liberated in 1945. It's jarring to see the hurt and death strewn about the camp, contrasted with the joy and relief on the survivors about to be released from captivity. Take a look.
War, man, that's war for you. Those are just a bunch of... Oh my god, they're showing it. Damn! This is like real footage too, I think. Hell no. I think it's like the scariest thing about war. Like just the idea of like just people just being left behind just to die. Or like riding like on their final breath. You know, they're suffering. Like they gotta be left behind and like they know they're gonna die. It's kind of like when I was playing you know, Call of Duty World War II. World at War is way better, but World War II is good too. The campaign was really good, masterpiece. But when was it Turner? When Turner died and he was just left on the battlefield, like he was just shot, and like that was sad. Yeah. Was it Turner? I don't fucking remember the names. Oh, this is no. I thought these were like concentration camps because like I don't know.
𝐈𝐭'𝐬 concentration camp.
Yeah, there we go.
If you have done any research on the people who lived during the World War II era, then you've almost certainly heard of Anne Frank.
Very frightening.
She was a young diarist who went into hiding with her family during the reign of Nazi Germany, and although her stunning diary survived, she did not. She was taken away by the Nazis and died in the 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 camps. She was one of the 50,000 people who died in this camp. It was established in 1940 and for a while was meant for prisoners of war. Over time, it became a concentration camp. There were too many prisoners held in the camp to feed and clothe properly, so hunger and disease were rampant. A survivor described 𝐈𝐭'𝐬 as hell on earth. Prisoners would routinely go without food for days and were rarely allowed to drink fresh water, and by the time the prisoners were liberated, many of them were seriously ill and starving, and were so malnourished that they did not survive liberation, and died shortly after being released. This is footage of the liberation of 𝐈𝐭'𝐬, which clearly shows the suffering and pain of the war on the faces and bodies of these abused prisoners. Take a look.
War, man, war. Something we all... Damn. What are they holding? I don't even know what they're holding. Cool. War, man. War is something else. I just know, dude, I don't know why, I just feel like food during the battlefield was like really good. They had like what would soldiers eat? Like just canned foods, right? They would heat up like shit on like a pot or whatever, you know. I don't know. I think food when like you're going through stress or like anything. Right? Anyone that's had food knows it's the best thing ever. Like when you're like during war. I said it like we've been through it. I meant like been through stress Anyone that's... I said it like we've all been through war. Maybe one day. For the better.
So that's 5 harrowing videos caught during the Second World War.
Well, guys, it was a video. If you enjoyed it, which one of those war photos or those war footage was the most terrifying? You enjoy scary content. You want scary music? This is the feature you need to do. I'll see you next one. Peace.